Okay, welcome back. I've been looking at welcome back. I've been looking at plane crashes on the internet, and I found this one. I've just been looking at it. It's a Cessna 210 retractable gear, which is like a overgrown Cessna 172 with a bigger engine and a three blade variable pitch propeller. And I've just been looking down at the fuel selector. Now, this aircraft crashed. You can actually watch the video on this. Okay, the registration is November 761RG. November 761 Romeo Golf. It's a 210 retractable gear. Okay, and this was filmed about position 4 minutes 36 seconds into the video, and we can see the fuel selector. Now have a look at this. We've got two fuel gauges for two tanks. Now, unlike the 172, the 210 seems to have left or right tank selector only on the off position down here. Okay, so he's got the right tank selected at the moment, and it says here quite clearly take off and land on the fuller tank. So again, fuel management is something you've got to take into consideration right here. Okay, so because it's American and it's all in American, we've got pounds, that's the weight of the fuel on the top, and below it we've got fuel quantity, which is in gallons, American gallons, not UK gallons. Okay, 44.5 gallons in the tank. So there's 40. Okay, full is up there. So looking at that, he's got just under 20 gallons in this side, and he's got even less than that. He's got 15, just over 15 gallons in his right-hand tank. Now, I'm not sure what the fuel consumption is on the 210. The 172 with the 161 is looking about 6 gallons an hour. But this is definitely going to be more. It's going to be more. So he's got a couple of hours each side easily. And he's carrying weight. He's carrying 6 people on board. Okay, it's got an extra row of seats at the back, and it's a bigger airplane. And he's just changed tanks. He's flipped it over to the left tank. Now let's just go back a sec, because I've got this ability to scan backwards. I wanted to, because the cameraman is obviously just a passenger, one of his friends, who's sitting in the right-hand seat, just videoing what's going on. There we go. I'm very interested in this. This is the fuel flow meter. Manifold pressure on this side, fuel flow in this. And when the engine cuts out, you can clearly see, just for a freeze frame moment, that this needle is right down here. It's actually dropped off. So he has had an engine failure. Okay, it's important to look at these, go back frame by frame, because the guy doesn't know what he's filming. He's just filming the dashboard, you know. Anyway, I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm not going to bore you. They're flying across this. No, go before that. There we go. Flying down the lake with dramatic music. Listen for any warnings that you can hear. Let's slow down a bit, because that's a bit irritating. Flying far too low. I mean, look at these trees. He's got nowhere to land. The only landing site ahead is that beach. And this is actually where he lands, over here. Oh, engine change note. There's a warning. That's alerting him to the fact he's got something wrong. Where's he going? This is no good. It's no good for landing here. He needs to get that gear down right away. Okay, and his mate waves the camera around wildly a little bit here. But I will cut to the gauge in question. Stall warner. Stall warner. You see, he's not letting it fly. Oh, that was it. I've got to come back a nanosecond now. Got to find that. Because you do see it. Right, let's rewind that. Now, fuel. I can't quite see the fuel gauge. I don't know. it's just obscured because it's so blurred. It's just so fast. It's very difficult to tell which tank he's got selected at this point. But 9 times out of 10, with an engine failure, it's you just run out of fuel. We just change tanks, and it's just impossible to tell looking at that freeze frame. But what we can see is this gauge here, which is manifold pressure and fuel pressure. See, the fuel pressure has dropped right off. There's no fuel, flow into that engine. You can see it a little bit better there. But, the RPM is decaying. He's still got 1500, but that could be windmilling. I don't know. But that's definitely a bad sign. Look, there's no fuel flow in there. Okay, so we carry on playing. Okay, there's a mate panicking and waving the camera around violently. We've got that stall warning. He should have the nose down now. He needs to have the nose down. Otherwise, it's going to stall and it's going to drop onto the ground with a big crash, just like that. Okay? Very, very important that you keep the airspeed up. Okay, you don't want to be hearing that stall warner, even if you haven't got time to get the gear down. There you go. 2 people were injured, but luckily there was no fatalities in that particular instance. And it's very important, I think, for people, to just watch these videos that people put up, because you've got the usual bravado that people come out with as they're getting the plane out, and that's a nice aeroplane. It's a really nice aeroplane. Now, I don't know what caused the crash, okay? Got no idea. But I deeply suspect that he may have run out of fuel. We won't know. Of course, the accident investigation people will be out there. But what a nice aeroplane. You see it's retracting gear. It's got... So that's important, because you've got to be able to have enough time to get the wheels down. So this is another reason why flying low is bad, because if you were higher up, you've got more time to think, more time to work out what's gone wrong and what you need to do about it and where you're going to go. And not to stall at 50, 60 feet above the ground, because you're just going to come down heavy and hard, break the aeroplane. Okay, even if you haven't got time to get the wheels down, you can do a nice glide approach, and you can flare and you can skid down the belly of the airplane and make a much nicer landing with no wheels. You just need more time to think. You really do need more time to think. And the longer time you've got to think, your chances of survival are massively increased. Thanks for watching.